Hey, 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 it's your boy Basil Breezy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be my first video with you guys. I am extremely nervous, but baby, we have got some things to discuss. The Baddies Miss West first 2 episodes dropped. Zeus gagged everybody doing a double episode, but once we got the episodes, we see why the double was needed. If this is your first time here, which it should be everybody's first time here, please hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a lot. And if you're rocking with the vibe in the video, make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up. And also leave a comment below. I want to know you guys' thoughts as well when it comes to the episode, to the baddies, who are your preseason faves, who are your preseason not so faves. Just let me hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. But without any further ado, let's hop right into the video.
What's the word? What we doing? Yeah. Look at the way that I'm moving. Off the Don, reposado. Feeling like I hit the lotto. I'ma get money cause that is the motto. Anyone hating can catch all these hollows. You a baddie? Come and follow. All of my bitches get so on the
So we kick off the first episode with the trailer from Baddies Caribbean, which they need to really stop doing that. We know what happened last season. You're taking up like 3 or 4 minutes of screen time that could be dedicated to something else. So I need Zeus to stop putting that at the front of the trailer. I also have my notes, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes, and baby, got a lot of notes in here. All right, y'all. So as I'm editing, I realized that I forgot to talk about the opening fight, which was Tommy pulling up with the BB, and I'm actually kind of shocked, but then I'm not shocked because it's Zeus, that they're actually they actually in the preview showed the gun. Cause I don't know why I'm so shocked. It's Zeus. But yeah, we get that. They show sneak peeks of some other fights. They show Tesehki and Baddies. They show DTB and Rollie, which we get into later. They show Jaden and Biggie. They show Nunu, Biggie, Anna. They show Ivory and Big Lex. They show Yoshi versus either Jasmine or Pretty P. I don't know which one that is. We also see Tinker and Pretty P. Like, it's a whole lot of rumbling this season, okay? So we open up with none other than Miss Natalie Nunn. And one thing I'm going to say about Natalie, sometimes the tactics I don't really like, but I'm not going to lie, she's starting to grow on me a little bit. Like, I can't even hold you. The looks are definitely getting better. She doesn't, like, people want to call her old, but to me personally, Natalie doesn't look as old as, you know, people try to make her seem. Like, if I'm not mistaken, Natalie's, 38, 39? Natalie doesn't really look old, if anything. And the outfits are getting better. The hair is definitely getting better. The skin, because we remember that skin, baby girl, is definitely getting better. She basically comes in, she gives her normal spiel, letting the girls know she's not here to be your friend. She's not here to do anything else but make money with y'all. Next, we get my girl Scotty Too Hottie with the motherfucking body. Listen, y'all, I didn't like Scotty in the beginning, but last season, Scotty definitely grew on me. Scotty is definitely trying out for that EP position. She is basically doing everything that Natalie doesn't do. And the body is bodying. I'm sorry. Especially when we get to the second look that Scotty had. Yeah, the body be bodying. So Scotty's just letting everybody know that she's here to stay. No matter what people try to say to get rid of her, she ain't going nowhere. And we know why. Next up, we have Jayla. And this is a no negative Jayla talk channel. If y'all came here thinking we're going to bash Jayla, we're going to slander Jayla, hop on the Jayla hate train, you can vamonos. There is no Jayla slandered tolerated here. Because Jayla stands up for what I believe in. She's an intelligent, strong black woman, and she stands on business, and she's pretty, and that's why everybody's mad at her. Then we get my girl Anna Mac in this essay. I would like to explain why I am an Anna Mac stan. Yes, baby. Me and Anna are like this. That is my girl. That is my homegirl. That is my good Judy. We stand Anna Mac in this household, all right? My girl Anna is here. This is her 3rd season. She's letting you guys know she's off injured reserve. So Even though she was still talking shit while she was on injured reserve, she gonna do it way more now that she's off of it. And regardless of what people try to say, I just stand on business, period. She stand on business no matter what. If the issue is pressed to her, she will defend herself. After that, we get Biggie, Big Dominican. Biggie gotta work her way back to my good graces. I'm not gonna lie. I did not like Biggie on Baddies West. Baddies East, I did a 180 on her. But Baddies Caribbean, I don't know. Biggie, she gotta start standing on business more. It's like she pick and choose. And she needs to be defending herself no matter win, lose, or draw, like she says. She should have never let J.O. pop her the way she popped her at the reunion and then run into the crowd. Like, that was mad whack. But one thing about Biggie, the face card eats. The face card does not decline. Then we get your favorite eater, Tesehki. That's Tesehki, because she's going to remind you. That's the big eater. And Tesehki basically comes in saying, I'm not here to knock anybody's teeth out, but if you need it, I got you. That was cute. Love that. And then last but not least, we have Rollie. And Rollie, Poly, Alfredo, fettuccine snack meals. Shout out to my girl Shay the Baddie. If you know, you know. But Rollie, she's looking better. The body is definitely coming together. The face card was always there when she has makeup on.
Another thing that I forgot to mention is this new intro. I don't understand why. You could tell the budget with Zeus is going up when it comes to production quality, but when it comes to the intros, they be slacking. We haven't had a good intro since Baddies West. Baddies West intro is the best intro that they have ever done. I don't understand why we on this Google Slides PowerPoint presentation as intro. And the songs, even though last season's song, that was a vibe for me. This song, I don't know, maybe it just got to grow on me. And maybe it's because it's tied to this intro, but yeah, it's really just not doing it for me. Like, I need Zeus to go back to, like, the Baddies South and Baddies West intros, because those intros, and y'all need to go take a look at them. Those intros, the girls were walking, they were doing what they needed to do. These PowerPoint presentations, they gotta stop.
The girls, they get on the PJ. They're, talking about, it's Baddies Midwest. What are they expecting? But then Natalie drops the bomb that they're stopping at Oklahoma. And the girls are looking like, is Oklahoma a part of the Midwest? Like, why are we going to Oklahoma? And she lets them know that Chrisean is out. And she says that Chrisean was hitting up Zeus and hitting up Natalie, saying that she's in a different space, and if there's any way that they could fit her into the season, she'd be down for doing it. Now, Chrisean has come out saying that that's not true, and she ended up dropping receipts that Lemmy was actually reaching out to Chrisean's team to get Chrisean on the show. So take that for what you will. I don't like that Zeus. It seems like they are trying to exploit the situation, and I feel like ambushing Seki with this information that she has to now sit down with Chrisean and have a conversation when she wasn't ready to is definitely not cool. Before we get to the conversation, Anna and Biggie, they sit down into Seki's room with her, and they basically let Seki know that they're there to support her. Chrisean requested that they do not go to the dinner. He basically lets the girls know, like, thank you, I know you guys are here to support. I don't really want to be doing this, but I have no choice now, so let's see what happens. Before the Chrisean and Tesehki sit down, we get a mini Baddies South reunion. We get Rollie, Scotty, Natalie, and Jayla meeting up with Chrisean at the dinner place. And first of all, the gospel music when Chrisean came in took me out. But we see Chrisean come in. She has Junior with her, and she does look refreshed. I will say Chrisean looks refreshed. She covered up the blue face tattoo, and she basically, off first meet, she's giving good energy. She lets the girls know that she's in a different headspace. The last time they were all together was Baddies South, and they saw her at her weakest point in her life. She says that she doesn't drink or smoke anymore, which Natalie gets her confessional. And basically, she's not believing that Chrisean doesn't do that anymore. Jayla ends up crying, and Chrisean tells her, like, stop crying, she's gonna cry. And Jayla says, you know, to see where you are now compared to where you were the last time I saw you, it's, like, really eye-opening, you know, it's very mature, and she's talking like an adult now, like, she's moving like an adult, and she's always loved her, and that's always going to be like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a very touching, emotional moment, because Baddies South is really the season that put Baddies on the map, and it was Chrisean's reckless antics that put Baddies South on the map, along with Jayla and Nat and Rollie and Scotty and all them girls. But then Tesehki comes in, and before she comes in, she sees their older sister Chastity outside, and Chastity's breaking down. She lets Tesehki know that she doesn't want to fight. She didn't come here to fight. She's here to support Chrisean, but she also supports Tesehki as well. And she feels like she's in the middle, and she's in a really, like, hard and tough place. And Tesehki lets her know that she didn't come in on that type of time. She really just wants to sit down, have a conversation, see where things are. And she finally gets to meet her niece, which is Chastity's child. She gets to hold her. They hug it out. They make up. Very nice moment. Love that. Tesehki enters the restaurant, and she hugs Nat. They sit down. Nat lets them know, like, I feel like you guys should have a conversation about, you know, what's going on and things of that nature. And Chrisean, to my surprise, actually stands up and hugs Seki, and it was a good start. It seems that they're starting off on good terms, and I'm not gonna really talk about everything that was said in the conversation, because now it's understandable why they had to do a two episode premiere, because that conversation was dragged OD. Yes, it felt very raw and real. Like, they didn't have no background music at all like they normally do during conversations. Like, it was just Chrisean, Seki, cameras, and they was just talking. Like, it felt very raw. Like, it almost felt surreal a little bit. I don't want to say that, you know, Chrisean is lying or making it up, but she was very much gaslighting Tesehki. Like, she just wanted Tesehki to dap each other up, be able to move past and all that good stuff. And Tesehki wasn't here for that. And rightfully so, because you can't sit here and do what you did to her and then throw these allegations on her and then just expect y'all to just shake and move on. Because y'all didn't discuss what the root of the problem is, where things started, how you can move forward. Like, y'all didn't have a conversation. You just want her to act like nothing happened, and that's not okay. And the angle that Chrisean was playing, it was really blowing mine, not gonna lie, because it's like she was trying to portray this, I'm not gonna get out of character, I'm godly now, I have a future to look forward to. But then she would double back and be like, oh, but you know what you did, and like throw little darts out there. And it was making Seki seem like she was going crazy, when Seki's like over-explaining, like, this is what happened, we need to talk about this, that, the third, so on and so forth. And Chrisean's really just gaslighting her at this point. And it gets to a point in the conversation where, you know, Chrisean just says,
remember when I was 7, you made me eat your pussy. I remember that too. You said what?
That's where that first episode cuts off. And we hop back into the second episode, and it picks up from where we left off with Chrisean saying what she said. And Tesehki can't believe what she's hearing. She's asking her to repeat it. She's trying to make sure she heard what she heard. But Chrisean's not repeating it. It's like she's once again deflecting, not really trying to talk about it. The conversation, to sum everything up, really should not have been on TV. This is something that should have been in therapy. Like, this was not something that Zeus should have aired. This should have been a conversation. Like, if they were going to set them up to have a conversation, cool. But it should not have been aired. It should have just been, they had a conversation, no cameras, and it's just them two. This is not something that should have been broadcasted to us as viewers. And honestly, we really should not have a view on this situation because this is family business. This is something very deep and personal. And this is not something that anybody outside of the family should have access to hearing or knowing. So let's blame Zeus for that, for trying to exploit this situation. Because I really feel bad for both sides. I'm not picking any sides when it comes to that. I don't think anybody should really pick a side when it comes to that. We can fault the girls for comments that they're making or the way they're moving, but when it comes to the actual situation, I really don't think anybody should really pick a side when it comes to that. Chastity ends up coming in and she lets the girls know, like, you know, let's pray. I feel like we need a moment for prayer. In the middle of Chastity praying, she ends up breaking down, saying this is too much for her. So Chrisean finishes the prayer. They try to re-pick up the conversation, but it's not really going anywhere. Tesehki gets upset. She lets them know that she's done talking because she's saying she's getting angry. When she's getting angry, she wants to punch something. She doesn't want to touch Chrisean, so she's going to remove herself from the situation. We see the girls outside. We see Anna, Biggie, Rollie, Scotty, Nat, and Jayla. They ask her if she's okay. She says no. She's going to sue her for defamation of character. There's just some things that you don't say. There's some lines you don't cross. And when Tesehki leaves, that's when Chrisean starts talking about, oh, I could have talked about this. I could have talked about that. I could have talked about you dating Chastity's ex. I could have talked about you stripping and this, that, and the third. And it's like, but those are points that you could and should have talked about because that was the opportunity for you to talk about it. It's really sad to see where they have come and to know that TV broke them up. It's really, really sad. So hopefully they could come to some sort of common ground, be able to make up, and Tesehki could have a relationship with her nephew. One thing I did forget, when they were sitting down with Rock, they did introduce the new and returning girls and a special guest. So for new girls, we have Jasmine Renee, we have Ivory from Not STV, we also have Bad Dolly from Not STV, we have Summer, which I'm already going to show now. I know I'm not going to like Summer. She gives me, I want camera time, she gives me annoying, and she's fighting all my faves. So I already know I'm not going to like Summer. Who else do we have? We have Pretty P, we have Yoshi, we have Big Lex, we have a girl named Emma, which, looking at Emma, first of all, whoever did her makeup, we need to shade match. Shade match. And looking at her, she definitely gives, like, knockoff Scotty or, like, Walmart or Temu Scotty. So I kind of can see why they're gonna get into it if you catch my drift. Returning girls that aren't OGs, we have Diamond the Body, DTB, Disturbing These Bitches. I love Diamond. I just think some of the actions that she does, we need to rethink. And we have my girl Tinkerbella. I love the duo that they're gonna have this season. I love that for them. Celebrity cast, we have Akbar and we have Jaden Alexis. You may know Jaden as I'm a bad loop and I'm still like a Barbie, or Blueface's baby mother. Special guest appearance, we have Tommy, we have Slim, who ends up becoming a main cast member. You guys may know Slim from Baddies South, Horn Rollie with a duo to number 10. They have since fallen out, and we know later on into the season they do end up tussling. The girls land in Detroit. Natalie and Scotty meet up with Diamond the Body, Akbar, and Jaden. They all discuss, you know, being happy to be there, what to expect. Diamond and Natalie have a conversation about the reunion and the tooth. DTB in her confessional says, I don't want no look back with Tesehki. She got that. I'm going to just take my L. I love Diamond because me too. Having a conversation, they end up talking about the situation with Rollie and Diamond. Rollie says that Diamond spoke on her kid. Well, not on her kid, but mentioned her child. Diamond says she never talked about the child. She just said, stop playing with me. Go play with your kids. But Rollie's on the type of timing of, don't even bring up my kids in any way, shape, or form. So now we got to rumble when I see you, and it's on site. See Rollie, Jayla, Tesehki, Anna, and Biggie, they all sitting on the couch. they're discussing what happened back at the sit-down. Seki ends up breaking down, saying she feels like she defends herself so well because that brings her comfort, because she's like the rock of the family. Everybody goes to her. She doesn't understand why they're doing this to her. It feels like they're doing this to her now because she has a platform. Rollie and Anda end up crying with her too, and it is a very emotional moment. It's very touching to see the girls, you know, be able to come together to support each other. And Rollie ends up breaking down for the same reason, saying like she understands where Seki's coming from, where she says that she feels like she always has to support her family. She feels used by her family, and when she does baddies, it's an escape from that. And it's just a very, like, they're very much trauma bonding at this point. It's a trauma bonding moment. Anna ends up bringing the move back up. I love that for her. That's what she's going to do. They end up meeting the girls at the Baddie Mixer, where all the girls are going to meet each other. And as soon as they get to the mixer and Diamond Abadi gets out the car, Diamond's ready. Diamond got her swim cap on. She got her mouth guard in because she is not trying to lose no more teeth. She walks in, Rollie sees her, and baby, it is on sight. Now, I was kind of gagged because first round, Diamond had Rollie swimming. And I was shocked. There was a point where Diamond had a good 2-hit combo where Rollie fake lost her balance. But yeah, I was shocked. First round, I'm going to give to Diamond. I don't know if it's the new body on Rollie, but the fighting is not as good as it used to be for Rollie. It's kind of shocking. I get a second round. Second round, I'm going to give to Rollie. She did get more hits in. Diamond kind of had her in a headlock. Rollie was swinging at the back of her head. And then that's where we get our cliffhanger. Next episode looks like it's going to be a good one. I kind of hope Zeus kind of sticks to a formula of dropping 2 episodes at a time. Only because I think, you know, it'd be something new for them. It will push the season by faster, and it might just be like a better format for them. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below. Do y'all want to see them drop 2 episodes at the same time? Y'all want them to go back to 1 episode at a time? Let me know what y'all think about that. But in the next episode, everybody rumbling. We see a 3rd round with DTB and Rollie. It's gotten a given tie, but we'll see. We see Summer run up on Anna. Anna, I hope you get her because I don't like that girl. And like I said, she gives me I want camera time and it's and the third. And her confessional wig is very much giving me synthetic, and I don't like that either. We get Jayla and Ivory exchanging words. We know that they rumble later on in the season. And we have all the newbies fighting on the bus. We have Jasmine versus Summer, Ivy versus Summer, Pretty P versus Big Lex, and then we have Ivy versus Big Lex, and then we have a second round of Summer and Jasmine. So that's what we have to look forward to next week. Thank you guys so much for sticking through, getting to the end of the video. Once again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and best believe that I'm going to meet you guys there in the comments. Thank you guys so much again, and I will see you next time. Bye.
One kiss got me feeling like the rain is coming down.